This evening, we are privileged to have all of you. A lot of great people are here. A lot of great people are here, and I celebrate all of you, all of you. I celebrate you. And so as we start, I just want you to understand that first and foremost, my mission in the last 22 years is to help people maximize their results. I am the first productivity coach in Nigeria. I have a master's degree in productivity. I have a PhD degree in productivity among the other 2 other PhD degrees that I have. One of my 3 degrees is on productivity. And the reason is simple. If you do not know how to maximize your results, you will end up being frustrated in life. If you don't know how to maximize your results, you end up being frustrated in life because you can get results, but if you don't maximize it, you know, there's a story in the Holy Book. They told the man to hit that thing, hit it. The king said, hit it. He hit it only 3 times. He said, if you had done it more, you would have routed all your enemies. So what it means is this: you have the capacity to achieve optimum results. Optimum result is 100%. But if you are content with 50%, you remain a 50% person. And if you are content with 80%, you remain an 80% person. That's why you see billionaires, you see people we assume and believe are successful in life, maybe in academia or financially or in any profession on earth, they are still striving. And you keep asking yourself, what are they looking for? Is it more than sleeping in one room? Is it more than living in one car, riding a car? Sir, it's more than that. It's more than that. It is more than that. One of the most exciting things anybody can do on earth that makes a man or a woman to feel fulfilled is being able to sleep when you want to sleep, wake up when you want to wake up, and it is called freedom. And that's the biggest wealth you can get. That's the biggest wealth you can get. So when you are working and you don't have the freedom to say, I don't want to go to work today, I want to sleep, or I want to go out with my wife, I want to go out with my husband, or I want to play with my children, or I want to go and swim. You don't have the freedom. When you cannot, for example, travel out of where you are because you are limited in resources. For example, there are some Nigerians who would have loved to be in Qatar this week. Would have loved to be in Qatar watching the World Cup live. But you cannot watch it because first, maybe you may have the money, but you are in paid employment. So nobody's going to give you leave to go and watch football match. Maybe you even have the money, you are self-employed, but you remember that your children are going to go to school in January. There's no freedom. Now, you won't be very happy watching the matches on TV, but you can't go, and that means you don't have freedom. So you are not maximizing your results along that line because the pleasure you want for yourself, you cannot get it. And that becomes an issue. So when we talk about maximizing your money, you must understand why I'm saying this. Now, one of the reasons why some of you joined this webinar is the catch in the advert this afternoon. And that catch is this. I told you I will give you a tip or some tips on how I made 80 million naira and above in 36 months using one training material, just one training material. I'm going to post the cover of that material to the platform. If you are not registered on the platform, please do yourself before you are registered on the platform. I'm going to register that material on the platform for you to see later in the day when we finish this webinar. Just one product, just one training manual generated over 80 million naira in 36 weeks, 36 months, 1.5 years. And how did it happen? It was going to be a disaster for me. I got a training. I'm not going to mention any company name, but I'm going to describe their industry. I got a training job in a bank. It's also be for 1 year. It's a lot of money. But they were going to be paying me every 2 weeks because I was supposed to go around Nigeria on that job. And the money was huge. The money was huge. They were going to pay me every 2 weeks around Nigeria. And every 2 weeks, they were going to pay me very little money, just 1 million naira. But they will pay for my ticket, they will pay for my accommodation, they will pay for my feeding. And of course, everything I spend on that training, they would pay. Then at the end of the day, they will give me a 1 million naira check every 2 weeks. And I was going to do it around Nigeria for 12 months, the whole year. So technically, that's 24 million naira. And I was excited. That's what. In the 5th month, after I had done 10 sessions, my contract was canceled. And because I believed I had signed a contract, I had gone ahead to produce manuals that were enough to cover all the people I was going to train, 1,000 people in 1 year. So I had 1,000 manuals printed. And here was I had just done, how many did I do now? I think I just done every month. I think every month was about 100. Yeah, 100. And I just done 5, which is 500. And I had another 500 printed, high quality, excellent quality material. And the contract was cancelled. Of course, they paid me compensation. The bank paid me compensation, which was healthy. They paid me all the money we agreed they were going to pay me. They didn't owe me. So they paid me the 12 million, which was fine. But guess what? I now had 500 copies of manuals branded in the name of that bank that I will never use again. So get ready for this. Some of us don't believe in God, but believe me honestly, it is scientifically proven, behaviorally, by research. 65% of billionaires in the world are Christians. 65% of billionaires in the world are Christians. You heard me? 65% of billionaires in the world are Christians. So you must learn to believe God. So I believe God. I was praying. And I had another idea from God. Why don't you remove the cover of this manual and make it a generic manual and remarket it to other organizations? And I did that. By the time I did that, money started flowing in. One company paid me 38 million using the same material. About 6 months thereabout, or so after, the same company paid me another 12 million. You can be doing the mathematics. An insurance, that is an energy company. Then an insurance company paid me 7 million. Paid me another 4 million. You do the mathematics. A manufacturing company paid me 3.5 million. Another manufacturing company paid me, I think, 2.5 million. Put all that together, using one manual, it came to over 80 million in 36 weeks, 36 months. So what happened? One product, one training material, and guess what? I still eat from that manual because it's not finished. I still have more than 200 copies of that manual. So sometime in the first quarter next year, I'm packaging proposal for 4 other companies. And now I have made up my mind. Each of that manual is going to go for 50,000 naira. And I printed it long ago, not last year. This was printed before COVID. And it's generating money. Now, why am I saying that? This is my story. You must know how to maximize money. That's what I did. The bank paid me fully. Though they stopped the contract, they paid me fully. But what was they paying? They were paying 12 million. But we went ahead to push that same money, that same product, talking about MAXIMISE, with above 80 million. And that is what we are talking about. So to maximize means that you get the best out of your money with available resources. And I'd like you to start by noting this. You can chat, you can put it on the chat box or put it in your notebook. The resources you need to succeed are within you. The resources you need to succeed are within you. More than 80% of what you need, using the Pareto principle, to become wealthy are within you. They are not outside, they are not around. And that's why the economy cannot limit you. Don't ever forget. It is just about being able to think through what you are going through. Think through what you are going through, and you'll be able to get through it. To have your breakthrough. Don't forget, think through what you are going through. You'll be able to get through it to get your breakthrough. You need to think through what you are going through to get through it so that you can get your breakthrough. Whatever you are going through, think through it. Don't be emotional. Don't blame anybody. Because I'm going to be saying so many things, but as I'm going to maybe just break the table and destroy the foundation of the government of poverty in our lives. Think through what you are going through so that you can go through it and come into breakthrough. So don't allow emotions to disturb you. We all know this: money answers to all things. But guess what? All cash is not money. Sorry, all cash is money, but not all money is cash. You heard it before: money answers to all things. Money will answer to everything. But some people believe money is equal to cash. No. All cash is money, but not all money is cash. What do I mean? The cash in my pocket is money, no doubt. This is money. This is money. You can see the money. I have money. But guess what? This my money is cash, is money. But guess what? This is all I have as I'm talking to you here. But does it mean I don't have money? I have money. I may not have cash. Your checkbook is money. It's a means of exchange. Today, your ATM card is money. Your ATM card is money. As a matter of fact, your phone, this phone, your phone is money. Why? Is it not inside your phone that you make transfer? It is inside your phone. So even your phone is money. Your time is money. You are investing your time now. Some of you say, oh, you are not investing. If you spend 1 hour or 1.5 hours with Dr. Wow, you are investing already. Even if you didn't pay for it. It's your time, or you are investing it in exchange for knowledge. And knowledge will always produce results. And guess what? Results will always attract money. Good results will attract money because money is the reward for the problems you solve and for the results you produce. Money is a reward for the problems you solve and the results you produce. So if you don't have the money that you need, if you don't have enough money that you need, it's because you are not producing enough results. It's not because of the economy. It's not because of one witch in the village. No, it's because you are not producing enough results to guarantee and attract the money that you need. It is because you are not solving enough problems. That's what it means. Now, as at yesterday, when this slide was packaged, there were 2,668 billionaires in the world. 2,668 billionaires in the world. That is 0.0000.2%. I mean, 0.1% of the world population. But guess what? Every day, including today, 22nd November 2022, it has been proven scientifically 1,700 people are becoming millionaires. 1,700 people are becoming millionaires. In fact, I did the research many years ago, and I found out that in Nigeria, every day, about 50 people are becoming millionaires for the first time. That was about 14, 15 years ago. Because Nigeria alone produces about 5,000 millionaires every year. Nigeria alone. Oh, economy is bad. People are still making their first millions. Are you not seeing some people buying new cars? A million naira today is almost nothing. A million naira today is almost nothing. You may not agree with me, but look at the number of even Tilewa cars. Tilewa cars are cars that were bought as Tokumbo into Nigeria, imported cars that were used abroad, brought into Nigeria and Africa. Then somebody used it for about 2 years or 3 years and sold it. We call it in our local parlance, Tilewa. A Tilewa Toyota Camry today is going for as high as 2.5 million, 3 million, 3.5 million. A fairly used imported car, a Toyota Camry, is going for over 4 million. So, and you see people buying them. In fact, people use them for Uber. So it means that people are still making millions, whether they borrowed it or it was gifted to them. It's their own. And it's happening almost every day. I met a lady about a week ago. I took a Uber ride. She was the one driving. I said, "Is this car yours?" She said, "Yes." That she just finished paying for it a month ago. She was paying the owner 400, how much was it? 40-something thousand, 45,000 naira every week. And she paid for 1.5 years, and now the vehicle belonged to her. So I asked her a question. How does your husband feel? Oh, she said he's feeling good. Where does he work? He said, oh, that he has relocated from Lagos to Delta State. Why? He said, my husband is a white-collar job man. He doesn't want to do dirty job. So I asked her, how many children do you have? She said 2. Now that your husband has gone to Delta State and you're in Lagos State, who is taking care of the children? She said she was the one. So I asked a tricky question. Between your husband and you, who is richer? He said, sir, today I'm richer than him. I said, why? He says, sir, sir, I make a lot of money every day. Now that I'm no longer paying anybody, I make more than 10,000 every day. And my husband's salary in a month is still about 120,000 in Delta State. So the man, see, if your wife is driving a cab in Lagos and making money, she went to get the vehicle on hire purchase, and she's making money. If our target now is that before June next year, she wants to buy another car. So the same amount she was saving before, she wants to start saving it. So that by June next year, she's going to put that money together, make it as a deposit, so somewhere, pay it as deposit somewhere, then get another car and get somebody working for her. She becomes an employer of labor. The husband is still in Delta State, wearing tie, doing 8 to 5, or like we do in Nigeria, 8 to 6. So you need to ask yourself this question: why can't I be among the next 1,700 people who will become millionaires one day in 2023? That is, if you have not been touching millions. And if you have been touching millions, then I want to give you another challenge. Why can't you make 1 million naira every month? Why can't you make 1 million naira every month? That's the question you ask yourself. Why? Because people are making it. But again, if 1 million naira is too much for you, then determine what you want. And that's why we are here. So you need to determine how much you need, how much you should, and you will like to spend in 2023. That's the starting point. How much do I need? You do your budgeting. This is where budgeting matters. All the amount you will spend from January 1 to December 31st, 2023, pick your pen and your jotter and list them out. And if you're like me, I use my phone. My phone is my jotter. Pick your phone, go to your notebook or Google Note or whatever, and begin to write your notes. How much do you need to spend every month next year? How do you know? Very simple. How much do you need to spend every week? And how do you do that? Very simple. This is my secret. This is my diary for 2023. One of my friends gave it to me because every year I don't just use diary to make appointments. I use diary to plan my life. I use it to plan my life. So what I do basically is to go to the year planner page. This planner page, this is the year planner page. So every month, you list the things that you want to spend money on. You list it. And how much will it be? For example, week 1 in January, how much are you going to spend? Electricity, fuel, foodstuffs. Your rent for 1 year, if you're a tenant, your rent for 1 year divided by 12. You know how much you're going to, the average is going to be in that month. The average you should be saving if you pay rent 1 year. If you are your landlord, you are the landlord of your house, it's even making better. What is the value of your house? Then start saving the value. Assume you are a tenant in your house. We're going to shake the table tonight. Assume you are a tenant in your house. So don't spend all the money that comes to you. Rather, whatever money is coming to you, assume you are a tenant in your house and say, okay, this house is worth 5 million naira per annum. So every month, I'm going to be saving 500,000. Well, what if I'm still owing on the house? Well, that's another case. But if you're not owing on the house, then you need to start saving money. But that's the only way you can build another house. That's the only way you can maintain the house. But some of us think, oh, because I'm a landlord, I don't need money again to pay rent. No, you need to keep the money. Or if you have come to a level where your children are no longer in school, the average amount you were spending to pay their school fees before, you must keep making that amount. That's how you can become a multi-millionaire. If God has helped you, you have raised 3 children to graduate from university, not difficult. Just check how much you spend on the last child per month in the last year of the child's education. That amount, minimum, save it every month. Oh, it's not easy. That's why you have to work harder. I said it. So determine how much you need, how much you should and like to spend in 2023. And that's why you need to prepare a personal, family, and corporate budget. You have a personal budget, you have a family budget, and you have a corporate budget for your business. Your personal budget will include how much you're going to spend on books. I love books. I love books. The books I'm going to read next year, I already picked them. I love books. So it's part of my personal budget. I don't need to change my shoes in the year, so it's not part of my budget. I don't buy phones, it's not part of my budget. Don't buy phones, it's not part of my budget. I don't buy, what else don't I buy? I don't buy shirts, I don't buy them anymore. That's why I don't need it. Okay, so you need to begin to have your personal budget. Then the second thing you need to do is that begin to assemble that team that will help you succeed in achieving your financial goals. You need a team. You need a team that will help you achieve your financial goals. You need a team, whether you know it or not, you need that team. They may not be physical team, but you need a team. For example, if you are a writer like me, you need a writing assistant. If you want to be on social media gateway, and you are not a young man or woman, you are already, and you don't have appetite for being on phone 24/7, and you want to succeed, you need one young man or woman who's going to do your social media for you. And guess what? It can be online. You don't need to be with a fellow. My mentor, John Maxwell, has, as of 2014, had, I think, 14 writers. And only one was with him physically in America. Others were scattered around America. Yet they were writing for him. You are supporting his writing. So you don't need this physical support as much as all you need are people. If you are going to be making presentations like this, you need one or two people who can do designs. You need them. They are part of your team. If you are even in a paid employment, you need to set up a team. Why? You need a team of encouragers. Identify one man or woman in your office who is a star performer. Get close to that performer. You don't need her or him for anything. But get close to him or her, at least spend 30 minutes with him or her every week. Just asking questions. Because like begets like. The more you associate with a success story, the more successful you become. Then, of course, once you set up your team, you need to desire to make more money every quarter, which is why your budgeting is still important. You need to make more money every quarter. And it's just for a reason. In Nigeria today, our inflation rate is so high, and the rate at which, see, about 2 weeks ago, a liter of fuel, PMS, petrol, in Lagos mainland was 198 or 189 naira. This evening, it was 210 naira per liter. They will announce it on radio or newspaper. It has increased. Some 3 months ago, a bag of rice was still going for about 30,000. That same bag of rice is going for 47,000 now, 44,000, 47,000. Even the Nigerian rice is going for as high as 38,000. So prices are jumping. So if your income is not increasing every quarter, you end up being poor at the end of the year. Oh, but Dr. Wale, you don't understand. I am in paid employment. Excuse me, it is within you. You can become an entrepreneur. What does it mean? While you're in paid employment, you are doing entrepreneurship on the side. We call it side hustle. But you see, it can even become a business when you register it and you do it properly. Just get somebody to be on the side for you. If you have a car in Nigeria and you are going to work in the urban area, in the cities, there is nothing wrong. I used to have a colleague as far back as 1992. He was living somewhere in Oshodi. Our office was in Victoria Island. If he was coming to work, he would pick 4 staff and he would charge them. Those days, if cost of taxi from Oshodi to VI was 100 naira, he would charge them 50 naira. And they were happy to pay him. And if you didn't pay, he will not pick you. If you were going home again, you have to pay him you have to pay him before he allows you to enter his car. And he was very frank. He was an IT guy. But I said, see, I can't be carrying you free of charge because you earn salary like I do in the same office. So there's something in you that you can use to make money. You're very good. You like to write, you can write. I remember many years ago, I was talking to one of my friends. Oh, he said, oh, he had somebody wanted to edit a book. Can I edit it for the person? I said, I will collect money. Yeah, because I'm a writer and I know how to edit. But as at that time, I was a banker. So in 1 week, I edited the book and I collected my money. He was a printer. I became his editor. And today, you can be an editor online. You don't need to see the person you are editing a book for. I just wrote a book now. I just published a book. The guy who edited it for me edited my wife's book in January. My wife published a novel in January. I published a book in October this year. I have never seen the guy in my life. I am in Lagos, he's in Ibadan. I have never seen him in my life. And he's my editor. And of course, he's not just an editor, he's an editor who, how do I put it? He's a prime editor. I don't want to mention who he works for, but he's a prime editor. Madam, or is it Madam or Mr.? Somebody's raising up his or her hand. If you have a question, go to the chat room. I will answer the question later, please. Thank you. Okay, so you can do that. I don't know the editor. He's editing my book. My copy editor, I don't know him. I've never seen him before. He's editing my book. So there are many things you can do. I even understand now that there are technologies in the world that your phone, if your phone has a problem, somebody can help you repair it while the phone is in your hand, online. So we need to begin to explore these online opportunities. So you need to desire to make more money every quarter, more money every quarter. Don't forget, more money every quarter. Maybe you need to post it. You need to post that for me. Let me see it on the chat. I will make more money every quarter. 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 Let it be your affirmation. I will make more money every quarter. I will make more money every quarter. It's important. Then, of course, you need to improve your financial intelligence. This is where most of us have issues. We don't have financial intelligence. You don't have financial intelligence. You need to read books about money. Whatever you don't study, you don't know. Whatever you don't learn, you cannot earn from it. Whatever you don't learn, you cannot earn from it. That's why we have been told, learners, the more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more you earn. The more you learn, the more you earn. Get at least one book, even if it is just Rich Dad Poor Dad. Read it, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Just read one book at least. If you have never read a book of financial management or intelligence before, read that book. And if you're going to help yourself, you must be able to read at least in 1 year, 4 books on financial intelligence or management, or 4 books on money. Regardless of who wrote the book, it doesn't matter really, believe me. Because all you are looking for in a book, this is a book in my hand, this is a book in my hand. You know, the information that you need that can change your life in this book is a book that has 273 pages, this book. But the information you need to change your life, they just be in 2 pages. It may be in 2 pages. That's why some of us had to learn how to be fast readers. Everything that will change your life in this book may just be 2 pages. So the book, the author from day one had one idea he wanted to communicate. But if he just wrote that one idea on a page, you won't buy the book. So he tells a lot of stories. He gives a lot of statistics. It tells you a lot of postulations, some theories, deductions, and all that. But the answer to this book may just be in page on page 260. It has 272 pages. So you must improve your financial intelligence by reading or by attending seminars, free seminars, or go on YouTube, how to make more money, how to save money, how to multiply money, how to manage money. And that takes us to this fourth point. Understand the 3 M's of money: making money, managing money, multiplying money. If you don't know how to make money, I've just showed you the 2 ways of making money. I was going to have a product that would be useless. Just by changing the cover, it generated more than 7 times the original, more than 6 times the original value that I got from the book, from the manual, training manual. And guess what? That my training manual, I'm publishing it as a book next year. So I'm not doing anything to publish the book. It's just that manual. I will just remove the pictures, put the text together, update it because it was written some years ago, update it where I put 2018. I'm going to put 2023. Where I put 2016, I'll put 2023. That's all. I'm going to sell the book again. And you're going to buy it and you're going to be very happy. So you need to know how to make money. And of course, making money is also dependent on the solutions you provide. I mentioned it before. It also is dependent on the good feelings that you give people. The good feelings that you give people. It is not an accident that some of the richest people on earth are musicians. Why? They make people happy. They give people good feelings. Whether it is good music or not, once people feel good about the music, they pay for it. They pay for it. So if you produce, you provide solutions, you produce good feelings for people, you're going to make money. You solve problems, you're going to make money. That's how to make money. So you ask yourself, what problem am I naturally gifted to solve on earth? What problem? What exactly? The problem I'm naturally gifted to solve on earth is the problem of wastage. I'm a voice against wastage. If you don't maximize your results, you have wasted resources and opportunities. So I am a voice against wastage. Wastage of time, money, resources, talents, opportunities. I'm an apostle against waste. I'm a voice against waste. What voice are you? What excites you? Somebody may be a voice against hunger. That means you like cooking or you like providing food. You can be in agribusiness or catering or hospitality. Somebody may be, like my professor who is there, you may be a voice against ignorance. So you're a lecturer. But as a lecturer, what are you lecturing? You're an artist, so you are creating beauty, splendor. That's what it means, making money. Now, it's not enough to make the money. How you know what to do to make money? How do you make the money? Identify your preferred customers. Your preferred customers are called prospects. Your target prospect. The ones you prefer to have. Who are the customers you prefer to have that you don't have now? Identify them, describe them, put a dress on them. How do they look? Where do they live? How can you reach them? What is their habit? What is their taste? What is their interest? I'm a trainer, I'm a consultant, I'm a coach, I'm a productivity coach, I'm a productivity coach. But guess what? A lot of people are online advertising. They make 1 million today. They have 5,000 customers. They have trained 1,000 companies. I have not trained 1,000 companies since I came to this world. I want to be honest with you. I have not worked with 100 companies. I have not. One Madam Esther is drawing line on our screen. Please avoid it too. Thank you. I have not, I can be honest with you. I have not worked for 100 companies since I came to this world. Just ask yourself, somebody says he has consulted for over 500 companies and he's still using Tokumbo car. He's still a tenant. That's a lie. Don't get carried away. Don't be intimidated. I mean, some of us may be consultants on this platform. Oh, somebody say I'm a fashion designer. I've sewn for 1,000 people. It's just mathematics now. You don't need to go to school. If you have sewn for 1,000 people at 10,000 naira each, he has sewn for 1,000 people in the year. That person can't be poor. Where he lives or she lives or her shop or his shop will show. So define your preferred customers or target market audience. Give them a dress to wear. If you are an artist like Professor Sende, then you will even draw them or get a picture, cut a picture in the newspaper and cut it and say, this is the kind of customers I want to deal with. This is the kind of company I want to deal with. Cut it and begin to visualize it. Then, of course, that's how to make money. Then you now position yourself for them, for their attention. You are not going to run around everybody. I'm being honest with you. I'm not sure I have worked for 20 companies in my lifetime. I'm not sure. 20, that's a lot. When one company can give you 12 million, why do I need 20? Why do I need 20? Why do I need 20? So you need to ask yourself, but if you have the energy to run around and deal with 1,000, 5,000 people, good luck to you. Deal with all of them because you are in the mass market. You are a Dangote, you are selling salt, you are selling sugar, you are selling consumables and all that. That's fine. You can deal with millions of people, but some of us don't have the energy. If you are a trader, you can trade so many things. But you need to also, and that's why this is important, making money requires that you know yourself. Know yourself, know your ability, know your passion, know your strength, know your talents. Then convert your talent to skill through training. I had a talent to help people to maximize their resources and their results with available resources. So I went to university to do a master's in productivity. So that talent had now become a skill. I have a talent to speak. People will listen to me. So I went in 2014, I became a John Maxwell certified coach and speaker and trainer. I paid $5,000 for the training and I flew to Florida in America, paid for my accommodation and hotel bill, and I paid $5,000 for 3 days program to become certified. One day I traveled from Nigeria to go to UK in 2017 to attend a 1-hour course that didn't give me certificate. I left Nigeria to attend a 1-hour course on productivity. No certificate, no photograph. I knew it was going to be, no, sorry, I take that back. It was an half-day course. We started the course at 10, we finished at 2, 4 hours, 4 hours course, 4 hours course. I got visa, I bought tickets, I paid for accommodation. I went there 4 hours. When we finished, we shook hands with everybody, everybody shook hands. Went to no photograph, no certificate. Can I tell you the truth? That program, when I came back to Nigeria, within 4 weeks or so, gave me about 2.8 million. 2.8 million. When I came back in 2014 from John Maxwell training as a certified coach, that cost me 5,000 fee, my ticket, accommodation, transport, and all that, average of about $10,000. You know the truth? I came back, the week I returned to Nigeria, I made $5,000 cash. So you must invest in yourself. Then, of course, managing money. How do you manage money? You must know that money is a spirit. It comes to those who respect it and who love it. And it stays with those who know how to nurture it and keep it. If you don't know how to keep it, it will fly. There's a 50-30-20 rule for money management. 50-30-20 rule. What does it mean? Whenever you make money, 50% will go to essentials. Your house rent, fuel, things that you must do. You must spend money on. The needs, your needs. Then the second one will be your wants. Things that are not so essential. Buying yogurt, buy chicken and chips, taking your children out, buying some things for them. Those things are not essential. They eat at home, but you want to give them a treat. 30% of your income should go there. Then the other one, which is 20%, is your savings. 50-30-20 rule. So once you make the money, the first thing you should do, minimum, is to save 20%. You save 20%, non-negotiable. Then once you save the 20%, that's okay. Remaining 80%, 50% for the essentials. Then the 30%, you don't spend it in a hurry. In fact, that's one is the one you'll be refusing to spend. So that at the end of the month, what is left, you pass it to savings. And the more you save, the more you have enough money to invest. This is part of your improving your financial intelligence. Know how to make money, know how to manage money, then how do you multiply money? Investment. You have saved, that is the third part of what we just talked about, 50-30-20. If you have saved, then that 20% you save every month is what you are now going to invest, either in savings, fixed deposit, buying dollars, trading, or doing partnership with somebody. And for me, invest in yourself. The greatest investment you can make in life is to invest in your own development. Not in your clothes, not in your suits, not in your dresses, but in your brain. Invest in skill acquisition. Invest in knowledge. No knowledge is ever wasted. Invest in knowledge because you always need the knowledge. And of course, multiplying it also means you are investing in knowledge, you are investing in stocks, real estate, different things. And when you invest, learn to diversify. Now, when I say real estate, you don't have to build a house. In today's world, those of us who are in cities around the world, you can do Uber. It's an investment. You can do Airbnb. It's an investment. For those of us who are writers, those of us who are intellectual, you can invest in intellectual properties. Professor Sende is here with us. He's a graphic artist, a sculptor, is a professor. He knows what we call masterpiece. The work that he painted or he did about 10, 15 years ago, if he's to sell it today, it's a lot of money. Our elders in the villages around Nigeria, what do? especially our old mothers, grandmothers. At the beginning of the season for palm oil, they buy palm oil. They buy palm oil, about 10 or 20 gallons or jars, and they keep them. That is their own investment. Some 6 months later, they sell. They sell. For example, if you're in agribusiness and you are doing what do you call it now? Agri-processing at this point. Agri-processing of some products like flours, fufu, potato flour, rice flour, yam flour. Now, you don't have a machine. I learned that from one of my mentors. All you need to do is simple. This is the time that the sun is coming now. The sun is rising, it's shining. Dry all those things, dry your plantain, dry your yam, dry your potato, dry all the things you need to dry this season. Dry them in the sun, very cheap, and keep them. When the rain starts, sometime in March next year, bring them out, go and grind them, and bag them, and sell them. You would have made more money. Why? The cost today is so cheap because nobody is going to buy. People are just buying to eat. But by the time you keep till March next year, you will sell more. You are multiplying money. In your compound, you could do some small agribusinesses here and there. And believe me, honestly, nothing should be wasted. It's just that at times, I mean, a lot of us buy what we call second-hand clothes. In Nigeria, a lot of Nigerians buy second-hand clothes, second-hand shoes. They are used ones. You too can use wisdom if you don't want to touch anybody. You can use wisdom, carry your own clothes, take them to where they sell, wash them very well, iron them, and say, okay, I want to sell this. I don't need it. That's also how to multiply money. And for me, one major way to invest money is investing in people. Invest in people. 100 naira there, 2,000 naira there, 500 naira there. Invest in people. You are not giving them loan. You are just giving. I give it to you from my heart. I'm not expecting it back. Small, young. Because the Holy Book says, if you give to the poor, you lend unto God. Invest in people. Invest in people. Then for me, invest in God. Invest in God. Because I just told you, 65% of billionaires in the world are Christians, proven by research. So I have to invest in God. So invest in yourself, improve your skills, improve your technical skills, improve your social skills, how you relate with people, improve your awareness of the feelings of people so that you don't hurt the feelings of people. Be sensitive to the feelings of people. Don't just jump into a place and be a bull in a china shop. Be sensitive to their feelings. Invest in yourself and people. Then market and exchange your skills for money. Market and exchange your skills for money. Believe me, if you can do it for free, you can do it for a fee. If you can do it for free, you can do it for a fee. Market and exchange your skills for money. Start by making it free, but at some point, charge money. I have given you free training last Friday. I'm giving you free training today. Believe me, next week, I'm going to give a training that you're going to pay for. If you don't want to pay, that's fine. But I'm going to offer that because I have shown you I can add value to your life. Then expand your network. Expand your network. And it's not just your network, but make sure that the people in your network are people who can improve your net worth. Make sure the people in your network can improve your net worth. Oh, are you saying I should only work with only those who are rich? I'm not saying so. You can't abandon your schoolmates, your family members. But if you are thinking of money, you have to associate with people who can help you to make money. People who are your potential customers. People who can link you to potential customers. You need to associate with them. That is how to expand your network with people who can improve your net worth. Then be sure of the profitability of your business or career. Now, part of the challenge that most of us have is that the businesses we are doing are not profitable, and we don't know. The businesses are not profitable and you don't know. If the business is generating 20% profit margin, and you can only do that business once in a week, you are going to die poor. If your business is generating 20% profit, and you are doing that business once in a month, you are going to die poor. You are going to die poor. Why do I say so? You invest 10,000 naira, you're going to make 2,000 naira only once in a month. So what you are going to make in a month is just 2,000 naira. You die poor. That business, if the returns are low, the margins are low, then the turnover must be high. And that is why traders, they trade in many things. If you are a trader, if the margins are low, the turnover must be high. That means the volume you sell must be high. But for people like me, which is why I understand my own business and business, I'm a consultant. I don't do more than 2 or 3 jobs in a year. And most of my businesses happen between July and November. July and November. So I can afford to play from January to June. What do I do January to June? I'm making proposals. And believe me, I have found out that I don't need 25 customers to succeed or clients. All I need is a client to give me 10 million. So if my budget in the year is 10 million and somebody gives me 10 million, I've already succeeded. So you need to get to that understanding so that you don't overstretch yourself. You don't overstretch yourself. So you need to know this business, is it a high turnover business? If it is, then the margins are low, it's fine. But if it is a low turnover business and the margins are low, the turnover, then the margins must be high. A serious man cannot do 25 consultancies in a year. You can't, except you have a big company that you are pursuing. No. If you are just about 5 or 6 people, you don't need that kind of stress. So that's why you have to be sure of the profitability of the business. So you are going to go home tonight and ask yourself that question: how profitable is my business? And it's not just about you. This industry, there are some business, I don't want to mention any business so that nobody's coming to attack me, but there are some businesses I know, they are funded by what we call spontaneous income. Spontaneous income, money from uncle, from husband, from the parents, from siblings. That is what sponsors, finances some businesses. You may not know, but it is true. So you don't know, you jump into the business. For example, running a school. Running a school in the first 11 years is a lost business. A school begins to make real money in the 12th year. So if you go into school business and you don't have somebody to support you, you will just be struggling, you will be struggling. But you see, if you don't have the energy to struggle for 11 years, you can't break through. We have done our research. Call anybody who runs a school, who tells you he broke even in 5 years. I will tell you a lie. I will show you a liar. You know how much they sell a school bus? A Toyota Hiace. That bus it costs about 12 million or 15 million. Then a school has 4. The boss of the school are worth 60 million. And check how much the students pay in the whole year. The total income that this school will have in the whole year is less than 20 million. and they say school is profitable, so you jump into school business. No, sir. You must know that you must have a staying power. Something or somebody or some people must be able to finance that school for you for some more years, or you have a business on the side that funds that school. I know somebody who owns a very big school today in Lekki. For the first 10 years of that school, she was in paid employment. She herself was in paid employment. So be sure of the profitability of your business or even career. Ask yourself, this career that I'm doing, in the next 10 years, where will I be? The way things are going, the next 20 years, if I remain on this career, where will I be? Ask yourself that question, because that will tell you whether you should remain there or you should move. Now, how do I now achieve what I'm looking for as we do the home run? Pursue change vigorously. Pursue change vigorously. Change your mindset, the way you think. Money is good. Don't let anybody see you that money is bad. Money is very good. Money is very good. You need it. It answers all things. For you to make money, you may have to change your location. Some people are doing jackpot today in Nigeria. But it's not just, you don't have to jackpot for abroad. You can jackpot within Nigeria. You can jackpot within the city. If you are in a low-level, low-income environment and you are selling high premium product, you need to relocate. Relocate. You have to relocate. But if you don't relocate, you cannot succeed. If you are selling a consumer product and you are living in a low density area and you are selling a low density, you will fail. So you need to relocate the business to a high density environment. Change your location. If you're in paid employment and your income is not enough, change your job. I had an experience over the years. I started in a newspaper house, and from there I moved to a bank, and I was doing well, but I wanted to fulfill my own ambition. So I moved from the bank, Zenith Bank actually. I was the foundation staff. I moved from Zenith Bank and I crossed to Muson Center, just outside of Nigeria. I wanted to be an arts manager, and I was there. I changed my job and I became a consultant to the national troupe of Nigeria. In those days, there was no artist in Nigeria who did not know Wale Adeduro, because I was the foremost artist manager in Nigeria. I worked with a lot of movie producers. I worked with a lot of artists, because that was what I wanted to do, because among other things, I have a diploma in theater arts from the university. So it was the job that I loved to do, because it was a passion. But guess what? As my children were entering secondary school, I realized that the money I was earning in the bank, in the Musa University of Nigeria, was not going to help me to send my children to the school that they will do very well. It will not allow me to do very well. So what did I do? I went back to school to do another master's and MBA, and I crossed back to another bank, and I went to become the group head, corporate resources, human resources, administration, and corporate affairs in former ACB Bank, which is now Heritage Bank. I returned to banking. Why? I needed more money so that I can take care of my family. Then when I was now sure I could do it on my own, eventually I left. At this point, I could take care of my family the way I wanted to take care of them. So I left. Then again, you can change your product or your service offerings. You can change the product. Don't say, oh, no. I've told my God, this is the business I'll be doing. If the business is not feeding you, please change it. Whatever business or job you are doing that cannot feed you will kill you. It will kill you. So change your job. Don't be emotional. And of course, you can also change your communication style. If you have been shouting and you see that people are running away from you, go and learn how to speak calmly. learn how to speak calmly. There's something, there's a course that they call intentional speaking. There's one that they call something like calming yourself or something. Awareness, okay, self-awareness training. You need to be intentional so that you know how to speak and convince people. You don't know how to market, learn marketing. Change your style of communication. Then change your outlook completely. You may decide to change the way you dress. I remember when I started going to Abuja and I started going to Aso Rock. Oh boy, I had to get a wonderful briefcase. I had to get a leather briefcase. I don't like wearing wristwatch. I had to start wearing designer wristwatch. I had to start wearing them. I had to start talking big. I had to start moving, with swag. How are you? Before I would just be humble and say, how are you? Good afternoon. But I realized that you have to do some swag. So I changed my outlook, not just the dressing, even the way I appeared. I improved, I increased the decibel of my laughter. So when we talk, then I learned the power handshake. There's a power handshake. You shake people with power so that you show them that you have power. Power handshake. The grip, the firm grip. You have to learn those things if you want to move to some levels. Because some people want to make money, but they are still behaving as if they are poor. You have to first be rich inside you before you attract riches. You must be rich inside before you can attract riches. You have to be wealthy inside before you can attract wealth. Because who you are is what attracts what you want. You will only attract who you are. You will attract who you are. And it's not about making noise. It is to be strategic. I remember one of my brothers some years ago was going to a particular level of business. He wanted to increase his business. I said, Oga, you have to learn to register in a social club. You have to go to Lagos Business School. You have to go and learn. You have to go to Lagos Business School. Because the business you want to begin to do is multi-million-dollar business. You can't do it with the mindset of a multi-millionaire. You need to move on. You need to move on. You need to improve. And that's what I did too. When I came out of paid employment and I wanted to start my consultancy, I first went to take a course in Lagos Business School. So I would understand how they do their own training, how the lecturers, facilitators conduct and comport themselves in business environment. People thought I was learning what they were teaching me. No, I was learning how they were teaching it, how they were packaging, how they were communicating. That's what I had to learn. During COVID, I attended, between COVID and May this year, I attended more than 100 courses online. Some I was just learning how they were doing it, not what they were teaching me. I was just learning how they were doing it, how they were packaging themselves. That's what I was learning. Before now, my slides would have been clumsy. You see about 25 lines on one slide. Now my slides are just one statement. Why? I learned it. So you need to begin to understand that. Then live below your income. I can't overstate that. Don't, we have already mentioned it. Live below your income. Don't impress anybody with your dressing. I learned that from my mentor, Akintola Williams, 20 years ago. He's above 100 years of age now. He's doing accountancy in Nigeria. He was not living to impress anybody. He was one of the first Nigerians to build a house in Ikoyi in the 60s. I think 1959 self. Built the house before independence, built the house in Ikoyi. But he continues to live a very humble, Spartan life. So he say, oh, you come and sing Aloma Jaye and Yilemo. I want to Jaye Lanoda. Want to law. Are you understanding that? Those who enjoy it, they have gone. So take it easy. Don't waste all the money. Don't flaunt it. Then don't play the Me Too game. It's also part of it. Be yourself, be yourself, be yourself. Don't play the Me Too game. Then I keep saying this, lend only the money you can afford to walk away from. Lend only the money you can afford to walk away from. Lend only the money you can afford to walk away from. What does it mean? Brother, please, can you borrow me or can you lend me 20,000 naira? I want to borrow 20,000 naira. If you cannot give the man as a gift, give him 5,000. It is still a loan, but in case it defaults, don't take him to court. Don't take him to court, because in the first instance, you wanted to help him. Now he cannot pay back. You now say you are taking him to court. You have not helped him ultimately. So be sure the money you want to loan everybody is what you can give. If you cannot give it as a gift, reduce it, because there is a possibility of default in this economy. Somebody believes he's going to pay you next month, then something happens negatively. He won't be able to pay you anymore. So please understand that. Like I said, then this other one, observe the 50-30-20 rule. I've mentioned it to you. Your needs, your essentials are 50%, your wants are 30%, your savings are 20%. But some people, some of us are beginning to learn to make these savings 40%. And that's the first thing you keep. How do you save 40%? For me, I'm a Christian. 10% out of the 40% first goes into tithe. It's a savings, it's an investment. I told you, invest in God. If you're a Christian, invest in God. You pay your tithe, it's an investment. God doesn't owe anybody, will pay you back at some point. Invest, it's always there. Then differentiate between your needs, wants, and wish. I mentioned that before. And learn to buy in bulk. Learn to buy in bulk. Buy in bulk. Instead of buying a quarter, you can come with a team up with 4 people and buy the whole. It's going to be cheaper. Many years ago, we used to go to Ibadan as a group to buy a cow, and we will do share. We will do group share. We will buy, somebody will go to Ibadan, they will buy pepper, tomato, then you bring it to Lagos, we will share. Some of us in the banking industry those days, we will share it. We will send 1 or 2 people there, they will buy on our behalf, contribute money, we will share. You have an advantage of bulk purchase, economies of scale. Then, of course, buy in bulk and also be part of a group purchase, because group purchases give you something cheaper. Then, of course, to create wealth, I mentioned it earlier, you must learn to create good feelings and provide useful solutions. Create good feelings, let people feel good about you and about the things that you do. Then, of course, shoot at opportunity. I will dwell on this a bit. The opportunity is always couched in problem. I told you how I made about 80 million naira in 36 months. And how did it happen? I had a challenge. The bank had paid me off, and I had the books, manuals. I couldn't do anything with them. So that challenge was an opportunity for me. I just merely removed the cover of the manual, excellent manual, and you must invest in quality in anything you do, excellence. So I just removed the cover, I repackaged this as a generic manual, and I started using it to train. That's an opportunity. So always shoot at opportunity. And opportunity comes everywhere, anywhere. You never know. And that's why you must learn the 3-minute elevation speech. Hello, my name is Wale Adeduro. I help people to solve their waste problems. I help people to maximize their resources, available resources. I can help you to improve your performance, money-wise, business-wise. And if you need me, this is my phone number. You can reach me. That's all. I met a lady sometime in May this year. I went to talk to some youths, and everybody, I gave them my number. So people started calling me and sending messages. But there was this lady who said, "Thank you, sir, for teaching us today. I learned so much. I am a writer. If you need to write a book, a play, or a novel, or poetry, I'll be willing to assist you." Please don't forget me. About 2 weeks ago, I started looking for that lady. I didn't remember her name. I didn't save her name. But I remember that because I needed somebody to assist me to complete the book I'm writing. I have finished writing. I wanted somebody to go through and make all the corrections before I pass it to my editor. So I started thinking, where is this lady? Where I can't remember her name, but I remember she wrote, I'm a writer. So I went to my WhatsApp. I started searching for writer. 2 days later, I found her name. Now we have started business last Saturday. Why? She caught into that opportunity of contacting me. So in 1 minute, she sent a WhatsApp message, and today we are doing business together. Do you have any question? We're going to be rounding off shortly. Do you have any question? Any question, any question, anybody, any question? Has this been helpful? You want to round off shortly? Has it been helpful? Any question? Okay, let me see whether there is a question in the chat room. Okay, any question? Okay, question, comment. Okay. Now, learn to be a doer. It's not enough to learn, to know, to see, to think, to understand, to do anything. What matters really is that you act. What matters is that you act on whatever you know. So whatever you're learning today, go out there and begin to practice. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tonight, start making notes. Like I said, pursue the economics of numbers as a strategy for increasing your earnings. What is your critical mass? How many people do you need to earn the money you need next year? Depending on the business you are doing. If you are in paid employment, it's the same question. What do you need to do to increase your income next year? There are many things you can do. So you go inside yourself, I mean, you ask yourself questions. At times, it may not be sudden, it may not be immediate. You can position yourself for 1 year by learning. When I was going to change my job from musical director of Nigeria Muslim Center back to banking, I had to go and do an MBA. I had to go and do an MBA so that they will receive me. And it worked. So learn to trade your passion for money. Trade your passion for money. I told you before, if you can do it free, you can do it for a fee. If you can do it free, you can do it for a fee. I've been doing a lot of free trainings for people over the years, but from January, I'm going to start charging money. In fact, not even from January, from next week. Then this is very key to me. I told you 56% of billionaires around the world are Christians. 56% of billionaires around the world are Christians. Don't forget that. And almost all billionaires in the world rely on spiritual powers to succeed. Almost all. Mark Zuckerberg, go and Google him. Google him, Indian temple. The partner of Microsoft, the partner of, what's that by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs actually spent time in an Indian temple when he was going to start his company. When Mark Zuckerberg was going to start, Steve Jobs told me, go to the Indian temple. They left America and spent some weeks. In fact, I think Mark Zuckerberg had spent more than a month in an Indian temple in India. So you say it's Microsoft, it's technology, but the guys went to an Indian temple. So if you're a Christian, stay with God, because you cannot succeed without drawing from the divine power to get wealth. You cannot. You must learn to draw from divine power to get wealth. You can't make money without supernatural empowerment. You can't. Steve Jobs did it. Google, you don't believe me, just Google. Google Steve Jobs, Indian temple. Google Mark Zuckerberg, Indian temple. When Mark Zuckerberg was having challenges, Steve Jobs said, go to the Indian temple. And he went, and when he came back, he made money. His business began to prosper again. So vow never to blame anyone for your financial challenges from today. Vow never to blame anyone for financial challenges from today. Learn to build wealth without money. I'm going to dwell on this and we're going to stop tonight. Learn to build wealth without money. Did I have money when I started making that wave? I didn't have. Let me tell you my story. I ran into some financial crisis such that at some point between my wife and I, home and abroad, we had only 2,000 naira. And I went to preach in a church and they gave me a check of 100,000. And God said, don't collect it. And I didn't collect it. In that same place, I gave some spiritual counsel to somebody. Some weeks later, I had access to uncommon wealth. So you can build money, you can build wealth without money. My manual that I'm telling you about, I didn't have to do anything more. It was in my hand. So the question is, what is your hand that you can convert to money? Discover your true self and inner strength. Discover what drives you and gives you joy. Discover your inner strength and your true self. Who are you? Answer that question. What is your talent? You know how to sing. You have a good voice. You have confidence. You don't like people to be cheated. You like to write. You like to paint. Or you like to go to work 8 in the morning and come back in the evening. You are a faithful man. You are not in a hurry. You are patient. Then you can go into a career job and be hardworking. And please always be among the top people. I've told you, look for the top 2 people in your company and identify with them. If you don't know how to identify with them, go and buy a card. Christmas is coming. Buy a special card and say to a special boss in my life or to a special model in my life and put a small gift on it because your gift will open the way for you. Pursue your passion and be a hero by hanging on a minute longer than you can think of. Pursue your passion and be a hero by hanging on a minute longer than you think you can. It talks about perseverance. It talks about diligence. It talks about going the extra mile. Just when you think you want to give up, tell yourself, Dr. Wow, give it one more day. Give it one more hour. Don't give up. Don't say, oh, maybe God doesn't want me to do it. That's a lazy man's creed. Develop your talents into tradable skills. I've mentioned that. Make sure that you know how to sell. And leverage your relationships to help more people and earn more money. Whatever relationship you have, leverage your need. That lady met me for 1 hour. I taught them. She sent a WhatsApp message to me. Today we have started writing business together. She's assisting me. And guess what? She's in a paid employment in the bank. So whatever she gets from me is free money. This is looking like the end of it. Keep investing. Invest something in yourself. Invest in something in your family. Invest something in people. Invest something in God's kingdom. Invest in the financial world, including real estate and intellectual property. You know how to write? Start writing. It's an investment. There was a time I was broke. I have a book that I wrote. Billionaire goes to school. Billionaire goes to school. When I was broke some years ago, I would just bring about 20 copies out on Friday. Anywhere I went, people were buying. We were just buying. Say how much? I said 2,000. They will buy. So in one weekend, I will have 40,000. It's an investment. It's an investment. Today, online, you can be sleeping and people are buying your book online. And guess what? Oh, they are not paying now. They will pay one day. You just keep advertising the book. They will pay. It's an investment already. And of course, real estate, you don't need to build a house. Like I said, you can do Uber business. You can do a lot of things. You can do, you can rent a place and do shares. You can share with people, let people share and all that. And of course, this is very key to me. If you forget anything, don't forget this one. Become a monomania M-O-N-A-M-I-A. Become a monomania with a vision. What does it mean? You focus 80% of your energy and attention on one thing. I am focused and passionate about productivity. So when we call your name, what can you stand for? What do we know you for? When you focus on your focus, you become the focus. When you focus on your focus, you become a focus. So become a monomania with a vision. Have a vision and let people know that this is what you stand for. It may not pay you today, it will pay you one day. But be convinced about that. Go out there and push yourself. Don't be too shy. You have something to offer. If they say it's not good enough, ask them what you need to improve. Go back home and do your research. Correct yourself. So what is that one thing that you need to focus on to become wealthy? What is that one service? What is that one product? That's what it means. I've told you before, learn to invest in people, break away from idleness and procrastination. Those I will do it tomorrow. I will do it tomorrow. Idleness is the grandfather of poverty. And one way to be idle is to procrastinate. I don't have anybody. No one has hired us. Please hire yourself. Hire yourself because it will help you to succeed. And Lee Iacocca used to be a great guy those days. He said, so what do we do? Anything, something, so long as we just don't sit there. If we screw it up, start over. Try something else. If we wait until we have satisfied all the uncertainties, it may be too late. So don't wait. The best time to start is now. The best time to start is now. The best time to start is when? When is the best time to start? Please unmute your microphone. When is the best time to start? I say
Now.
Thank you. Yes. The best time to start is now. Now there is a lady online. I think she's a lady I need to celebrate.
Now.
April to June, July this year. And this lady during the program learned how to produce spices. Today, the spices are being registered by FDA in America. What it means is that NAFDAC America, quote and unquote. The American version of NAFDAC has registered a product. She started by selling honey. How did she start by selling honey? She went to a village or somewhere. She brought honey and packaged it when we taught them between April and June this year. She was bringing honey to sell. But during the program, one of the classmates taught her how to make spices. Today, she has registered those spices as international products because now she can export freely to America. Why am I explaining that? The time to start is now. I told you can change. She started by producing honey and selling honey, and today she's producing spices. And she has FDA, that is to obtain NAFDAC approval in Nigeria, can take you 2 years. But between June and now, she has NAFDAC approval. Sorry, FDA approval in America. So that product is an exportable product. So don't forget, please understand this. The time to start is now, and there is something in you that you can start with. It's not about money alone. Your desire, your determination is very important. Your relationships are important. And of course, learn to learn more, learn to unlearn the things that are not productive, and learn to relearn the things you used to learn that you have forgotten. You need to understand that. So, master how money works. That's the last point tonight. Money is a phenomenon, is a spirit. If you don't know how it works, you will die poor. If you don't know how money works, you will never be able to. You can make money, but you cannot multiply money. Because money has wings. It will fly. I don't know about you, but there is a way that you have money, it will be pushing you. My family knows when I have money, they will know when I come back home. I will buy about 20 books. Once I have money, I will go to a bookshop and I'll buy books. I will bring the books home. I read them. I'm in my library here. Yeah, now I probably have about 3,000. I've given out over 2,000 in the last 3 years. I have about 3,000 books, and I've read all of them. So master how money works. Number one, understand the psychology of money. Money goes to those who love it, manage it, and multiply it. What does it mean? Money goes to those who respect it. Don't despise money. Don't despise people who have money. Love them. The love of money is the root of all evil. But guess what? The love of poverty is the root of suicide. You don't need to love money to kill yourself to get it. But please, you need to understand that without money, you cannot answer many things. But there are some calls you will not be able to pick if you don't have money. There are some calls you won't be able to pick, including your children's call, because you know that they're asking for their monthly allowance. So when they call, you say, give it, you won't pick it. Number two, understand the velocity of money. The velocity of money means money is a commodity that is constantly changing hands. This is money in my hand. This is money in my hand. This money is in my hand. In the next 1 hour, I'll give it to somebody who comes to visit me. The person on his or her way out gives it to a taxi driver or Uber driver. The money has gone to the third person. But guess what? This money is 500 naira in my hand, but it has performed the job of 1,500. So by this night, this money could have been exchanged in 10 hands. It's already moving and it's becoming like this 500 naira is already becoming 5,000. That's the velocity of money. It's always constantly changing. And guess what? That's the third one. How does money work? Position yourself to be among those in whose hands money is constantly changing. Don't hoard it. Don't hoard it. It will lose value. That's why you must spend it, save it, invest it. But the order should be save it, invest it, then spend it on essentials. That is how money works. There's a psychology. It goes to those who respect it. It goes to those who know how to manage it and multiply it, and it stays with them, and it returns to them. But when you invest money, it will multiply, it will come back to you. It will multiply, it will come back to you. And that's why the Holy Book said in Luke 6:38, give, it will come back to you. It's a good measure, pressed down, shaken together. That's how men will give to your bosom. Why? If you go to where they sell gari in Nigeria or rice, when you give them money, what will they do? They will heap the gari that you are buying, they will press it, shake it together, and they will give it to you. What has happened? You are giving them money, that one will come back to you. Now you have collected the gari. If you take gari from, maybe you are in Ibadan, you take it from Mokola, you take it to Tube, and you go and sell. What happens? The gari you have taken from Mokola, which is trading now, for 1,000 naira, you can sell it in Mokola at 1,000. So your 1,000 has become 1,000. You just keep exchanging it. But the key thing is this: make sure that money is always coming to you. Position yourself for money to always come to you. And that's why you need relationships. You need to learn to offer services. You need to give products. And if you are like me, keep talking, keep writing. People are going to be patronizing you at some point. Because if you don't do so, you will be losing value at all times. So it's important for you as somebody who wants to succeed to understand that it's important for you to make money. And not making money is not just about making money. It's about thinking about it. And in conclusion tonight, let me say this to you. Keep investing in value creation. Don't forget, I left my job in the bank to go and fulfill my passion. But when my passion was not able to pay my fees, my bills, I went back. In today's world, IT is a major gateway to wealth. It's a major gateway. People will say, oh, I just want to be a professional. No, there are many ways you can make money in IT, and you are still doing your current job, you are still doing your current business. You can work from home with IT. Look for the one that fits your pattern, your style, and improve on it. And that's what, because that's the gateway today in the world. I'm just trying now to relaunch myself. By January, I'm opening my learning management system. I'll be doing this training, but you won't be seeing me. I would have done just one, but I will sell it to, maybe I will sell it about 50 times. Why? It's going to be on one learning management system. You just pay, you book. While you are doing the training, I'm sleeping in my house. And I'll answer questions. You post questions, we'll answer the question automatically. There's going to be one or two who are going to be answering those questions. So tonight, as we go through all this, I just want to encourage somebody tonight. Please understand that you are made for more. You are made for more. And keep investing in value creation. What does it mean? Invest in yourself so that you can create value for other people. That's what I can say. How do I invest in myself? I can give you personal tips if you contact me. Like I told you guys, whoever is on this call and the training we're going to run from next week for I think 2 or 3 sessions, I can counsel you. You can still have free counseling for up to 2 sessions of 3-4 hours free. And ordinarily, when I do consulting, one-on-one counseling or consulting, my charge per hour is 200,000. If I want to help you, I will take 200,000 for 2 hours. But if you're on this call and you show me evidence, I can join the next call, which is going to be fee paying, very, very cheap money. You can join us, and I will be able to hold your hands, because we're going to be teaching from next week how you can come up with your goals for 2023, how you can get structures around your goals, and how you can achieve your goals. I have been setting my goals since 1988. I've been setting goals because I was taught by my uncle to set goals. And I tell you, I have never failed on those goals all these years. In the last 2 years, I was sick. I couldn't do business. I couldn't work so much. But guess what? I have met all my financial goals. Goals are always met. I will teach you how to set goals and how to succeed with the goals by putting structure in place. Whether you're in Europe, you're in America, I've done this in America, I've done it in UK, I've done it in Denmark, and I can do it again anywhere. I've done it in Sweden. So I have people around all these countries who have benefited, and they're still there, and they're always following us everywhere. So I'm going to be doing that. So if you have any question, we have come to the end of this. Just ask the question. We have come to the end of the class.